What's up, you guys? It's Jono. Welcome to another episode of my Pokemon Legends Arceus request series. Today we're on request number 95, which is your very first post-game DLC request. That's right, we are in the Daybreak DLC, so you can't get this request unless you have updated your game, which I'm sure everybody has, but I just have to mention it just in case there's somebody out there who never updated their game. You do have to do that to get the Daybreak DLC and the Massive Mass Outbreaks update, which is what we're about to get started with right here on request 95. So request 95 is called a new anomaly. In order to unlock this request, you must have completed the entire game of Pokemon Legends Arceus, just up until the first credits roll, not the Volo battle, and catching Arceus and all that stuff. You don't have to complete the entire game, you just have to roll the credits, and then you should get a whole bunch of new requests that appear, and this is one of them. So this is a very important request, and we're going to start to learn about the mechanics of the Massive Mass Outbreaks. They haven't told us exactly what those Massive Mass Outbreaks are just yet, but we are enticed with a new anomaly. Alright, so we're here talking to Mai in the Obsidian Fieldlands, which is exactly where you have to find this request, and we're talking about a whole bunch of Pokemon on the Ramanas Island that appear to be gathering in a strange way. I don't know how strange it can actually be because we've already seen mass outbreaks and we know about Pokemon gathering in that way, but we're about to find out about this new anomaly, so let's go ahead and explore on the Ramanas Island. Go ahead and set your marker and fly over there. You should have all of your Pokemon unlocked because you beat the game, right? So you've got all of your mount Pokemon. Just fly there to get there as quickly as possible. Once you get there, you are going to find this gigantic group of wild Zorua. Now, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense why Zorua is in Obsidian Fieldlands, and there's a lot of things that make absolutely no sense about this request and the requests that are about to come up as well. There's a whole bunch of strange storyline anomalies, like Zorua being in the Obsidian Fieldlands. It should be in the Alabaster Icelands, of course. There's other weird stuff that happens in the other requests in this series as well, and to be frank, none of the weird stuff makes any sense, and it really doesn't have anything to do with the mechanics of the Massive Mass Outbreaks. So I'm just going to call that out. Some of it's weird and strange and makes no sense, but it doesn't really matter that much. So don't worry if you're confused by the story of this particular request. It's not really that big of a deal. Okay, so you may have noticed that I did not catch any of the Zorua. You're welcome to catch those Zorua. Maybe you get a shiny one or something like that, you want to catch it, but you don't have to do any interactions whatsoever with those Zorua. All you have to do is go over there and see the Zorua gathering, and then you can head right on back to where Mai is located. And it also doesn't matter what you answer. She's got a couple different answers available on some of these requests, and it really does not matter which one you answer. You'll also notice that the answers are kind of like the same answer said in two different ways, and that's important because the answer she gives you is going to be the same answer no matter what. So it really doesn't matter what you choose, and you also don't have to interact with the Zorua. Alright, you guys, so this is another one of those strange anomalies that I mentioned earlier in the video. There's all kinds of weird stuff that happens during this request, including a lot of shape-shifting, and as you'll see here, we can't tell which is the real Munchlax. Which one is Mai's real Munchlax? You would think that Mai would know her own Munchlax, but apparently the people of Hisui just don't have that close of a bond with their Pokemon. She couldn't tell which one was Munchlax until one of them transformed into a Zorua and ran away, which is super weird, and it makes no sense. And like I said earlier, it has nothing to do with the way that Massive Mass Outbreaks work. It's just some kind of a strange story bit that they put in here to keep you on the edge of your seat and maybe confuse you a little bit and just keep you kind of interested and excited about the story. But it really doesn't matter. Don't worry about it too much. If you find it confusing, don't worry. I also find it very confusing, and I never really did fully understand why they did all the shape-shifting in this request and a couple of requests that are coming up as well. But it doesn't matter. It's really not that important. Like I said, you can just forget about it if you find it confusing. So let's go ahead and go right on back to Jubilite Village. we are going to head inside Jubilite Village and talk to Silene, or is it Celine? I don't know. I'm not sure how to say this person's name, but you're going to head here, and this is where you actually complete the request and receive your reward. Now, the reward on this request is absolutely phenomenal. All of the rewards for all of the requests starting here on out have got amazing rewards. It's like they realized they gave bad rewards in the first part of the game, and they fixed it. So it's 30 Ultra Balls, 60 Apricorns, and 60 Tumblestones, and you can use those crafting items to make yourself a whole bunch more Ultra Balls. Alright everybody, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you found it useful and informative. Thanks everybody for watching. Thank you to all of my amazing subscribers, and peace!